Hello, real fam. My name is Tintade with Stories That Touch. Are you new on this channel? Welcome. Kindly subscribe, hit the notification bell, and hit thumbs up. Also, share this story to others. There are names that, even long after they're gone, still shake the streets when whispered in dark corners. Names that carry heavy memories, fear, blood, and untold horror. One of those names is Abiodun Egunjobi, but you probably know him as Godo. Once upon a time, in the tough neighborhoods of Abule Egba, Lagos, a young boy named Abiodun was born into hardship. His mother died while he was still very small, and his father was a man swallowed by gambling and drugs. He was left alone to survive in a cruel city. Abiodun dropped out of school and he became a scrap collector. He picked bottles, old iron, and anything he could sell just to eat. But one day, a simple fight over a bag of scrap metal changed his life forever. Abiodun was arrested, and because he had no one to fight for him, no lawyer to defend him, no money for bail, he was sent to prison. Not for a month, not for a year, but for 7 whole years. In that prison, the Abiodun that went in never came out. Inside those walls, he met hardened criminals, armed robbers, drug dealers, and men who'd kill without blinking. He listened, he learned, and he made a dangerous promise to himself. When I leave this place, the police, the system, the world that abandoned me will pay. When Abiodun finally regained his freedom, he was no longer the poor scrap boy. He became Godo, a man without fear, a man with nothing to lose, and soon, a man who ruled the streets of Ibadan, Lagos, Ogun, and the entire southwest like a warlord. His gang didn't rob quietly, no. They stormed banks in broad daylight, carrying AK-47 rifles. They blocked express roads, gunned down police officers like chickens, and left the entire towns trembling. If Godo wanted a street cleared, it was cleared. If he wanted a man dead, he was dead. It was said that he could vanish into thin air and reappear miles away, and many believed he had jars, charms that made him invisible to the place. But Godo wasn't invisible. One rainy evening in the year 2009, during a robbery in Ijoko, Ogun State, a group of vigilantes known as OPC ambushed him and his gang. A brutal gunfight broke out. Bullets flew. In that battle, a bullet struck Godo straight in his left eye. The pain was unbearable. Blood poured down his face. But even then, he refused to go to a Nigerian hospital. He feared police will be alerted. So, bleeding and half blind, he escaped across the border to Cotonou in the Republic of Benin, where a street doctor stitched him up in secret. From that day, Godo became the one-eyed robber, a scarred, even more ruthless version of the man the police once feared. His gang continued the bloody operations for over a decade. Between 2011 and 2013, they were responsible for some of the worst robberies Lagos and Ibadan had ever seen. The most terrifying was the Black Sunday massacre in Lagos. September 9, 2012, Godo and his gang went on a bloody operation across Lagos. That morning, the streets were busy like any other Sunday. People were going to church, traders were opening shops, children played outside. But by afternoon, Lagos turned into a war zone. The first attacked a Bureau de Change in Agege, killing innocent people and taking millions of naira. From there, they moved through Bagada, Antoni, Ilasamaja, and other parts of Lagos. By the time they were done, 2 police officers had been killed. 7 innocent people, including a child, were shot dead. Many others were injured. Lagos were thrown into fear and tears. People hid in shops. Mothers dragged their children off the streets. Nobody knew where the next bullet would come from. The streets that once bustled with life went silent. That terrible day was what the newspapers and the entire people in Lagos and its environment called the Black Sunday. But as every reign has an end, so did Godo's reign. After months of planning, a SARS unit led by Abba Kyari stormed his hideout in Egbeda, Ibadan, in the early hours of August 1st, 2013. They surrounded the compound. Godo, sensing danger, attempted to escape through the back fence. But Faith, which had once spared him, turned its back that morning. Bullets tore into his back and chest. He fell hard onto the muddy ground. He was rushed to Lagos, SARS headquarters, bleeding, weak and defeated. In interrogation, Godo showed no fear. He confessed to everything: the killings, the robberies, the attacks. He spoke like a man who knows his end has come. But strangely, not once did he apologize. He blamed society. He blamed the police. He blamed poverty. His injuries were so severe that one of his legs became infected. To save his life for trial, doctors amputated it. And then, silence. His case went to court, but till this day, no one knows if he was executed, sentenced to life, or killed secretly by security operatives. His whereabouts remain a mystery. But those who remember his name still tell the story of Abiodun Godo Egunjobi, the boy the world abandoned, who rose to become Ibadan and Lagos' most feared robber. The man with one eye and no mercy. This is the story of Abiodun Egunjobi Godo. Do you have any updates about his whereabouts? What do you think might have happened to him? I want to read your responses in the comment section. If you enjoyed this story, hit the like button, subscribe to this channel, and hit the notification bell so you will be notified of the next lovely story. I am Twin Tade. I am a story.